on the initial run, what I tend to do is I keep the pole low but at an angle. If you let the fish just run directly in front of you, all he's going to do is take the elastic, and it's just going to run to the end of the elastic and then break off. So your best bet is to try and keep an angle on it. Boss the fish a bit, but don't make it too bad. I don't think this is an enormous fish. But keep the elastic low, and if you feel that the fish is getting away from you, drop the end of the pole into the water. A, it lubricates the elastic, but B, what it also does is it, oh, this is not a bad fish. It makes the fish relax a little bit. Doesn't fight as hard as it would on the surface. This isn't a bad fish at all. I think it's because of the time of year. They've not really woke up, or they're the hormones ain't running as hard. Not quite yet. Spawning soon, but here we go. Nice fish. I'm making a right hash of that. No, he's not ready. I'm not following my own advice there, and I'm keeping the pole quite high. Obviously, this isn't a match fishing situation, and I don't fish matches anymore. I just don't have time. I'd love to. But even in a match situation, it's no good trying to bully the fish too much, because what happens is you bully them too much and they come off, and it's far better to have a fish in the net than one that got away. This is a pretty good fish, to be honest. This is better than I thought it was. Alright, just use the puller kit to tighten up the elastic a little bit. I think it is time to actually move his boss. Again, don't use an unhooking mat because they don't take the fish out the net. So they're cradled in the net all the time. Most pleasure anglers do this. There we go. And he's nice. Now, because that, oh my goodness, because that has took a time to get that fish in, what I'm going to do is just put a handful of bait out to keep them. And there he is, look at those scales, what a beautiful fish. Once again, another quality fish from Huntington. Right. Oh, and how about that bonus? Hook out in the net. Right, let's get this fish back in. Right, this is what is meant by a banded hook. Whoops. Just a little rubber band with a size 16 hook. I very rarely go above a 16, to be honest. You saw that what size fish I've been pulling out. The first few were on a size 18, which I always start with, and these are a size 16. Again, it's a Kamasan banded hook. So what you can do, you can either put the meat on the hook, or you can put the meat and sort of hair rig it with the band. For speed, and the fish aren't being that fussy at the minute, all I'm doing is putting it on the hook. It's not stopped yet, it's not stopped me catching yet, so don't matter, I don't care. Yeah. self-hydrated. It's now coming up to 2 o'clock. Whoa, here we go. That was quick. That was a very, very good boy. I'm not going to call this because I don't know what it is. It's not a very big fish, I don't think. Not a bad looking carp. Actually, it's not a bad fish at all. Alright, if as you can see, I finish with a bump bar. This is one of the reasons I do, because I don't use an unhooking mat, because I don't like keeping the carp out of the water for very long, or any fish to be honest, and I'd rather unhook them in the net. Let's have a quick look at him in the net. Oh, look at the size of that tail there. I'll give myself about £8 for that one. A quality fish, and then straight back into the water, and he's away. What was that? That fish was out of the water for less than, I'd say that fish was out of the water for less than 2 minutes, and I've got to be honest, that's the best way for it. I'm just going to have to wipe that lens. I don't know what's on it. Nice fish there. Nice fish. Oh my God. I've got him. You're not going to believe this. You're not going to believe this. That there. Oh my God. Just doing a normal fishing day. Caught a few carp, a few bream, things like that. Going really well, nice and hot today. Second day of the spring, really good. Just the float sailed away, and it just didn't feel right. I thought, hang on, this ain't right. And then this is the culmination of what happened. If I can get him, and then I need to get him back as quick as I can. But I don't know if you can see that beautiful barbel. Give myself about three and a half for that. Yeah. So let's get him back in as quickly as we can. So you never know. Normal carp tactics. Add him on luncheon meat, pole, normal float. What a day, lovely. Just a hint or tip that I always do, because when you're using a pole, it's always best to lift the bait occasionally. What I do, I pick this up off Bob Nudd. What he does is he counts to 50 backwards. So I'll count to 50 backwards, and then I'll lift the bait if I haven't had any touch at all. But if I've had a touch, then I leave it, because it means they know where the bait is. Just something else while I think about it. Sunny day like this, obviously I wear the binoculars. If you haven't got prescription Polaroid, see if you can get yourself some of these little clip-on things that go over. Absolutely bang on, good quality. What I tend to do is lay the bait and then move it into the edge, so that if there is a slope at all, my line isn't down and bunched. My line is on the bottom and then sweeps up like that, so any indication as they pull away, there'll be an indication on the float straight away. If it's the other way, if you drop it in that way and that way, they have a chance to lift it up, move it, and you're missing a lot more bites. Got a snail on my bait. When back to me in the studio, and I'll tell you about the rigs. Back to me in the studio. Who am I? Gary Newbon. Back to me in the studio for news updates. Oh my God. Turn that away from the camera. Something else that's important, keep yourself hydrated, especially when it's a hot day like today. Sun's beating down on you. Just make sure you lather up, you slap on the sun cream and things like that. And obviously drink plenty of water. This is vodka and tonic. And it's warm.